Chevrolet's Corvette Stingray still has a dedicated cult following. In the early 1960s, Chevy, one of America's Big Four, set out to give established sports car makers like Jaguar and Maserati a run for their money. The new Corvette's design reflected the typical sports car styling of the time, a long engine compartment with a snappy fastback. The shape, character, and image of this automotive legend were American through and through. Until the arrival of the Dodge Viper in 1992, the Corvette was the only true sports car made entirely in the USA. Under the hood, of course, the Stingray had a V8, packing 250 horsepower in the basic version. An optional extra was a 4-speed stick shift, which was a usual option for an American car. The Stingray was also the first Corvette to offer two different body styles, a coupe and a convertible. Chevrolet fitted successive models of the Stingray with bigger and bigger engines. The V8 big block version sported a businesslike but fake air scoop on the hood. Throughout its 5-year run, the Stingray's basic form remained almost unchanged. That was also unusual in 1960s America, where new models appeared every year. Time now for a trip back in time. The Corvette appeared a decade before the Stingray hit showrooms. Chevrolet unveiled the first model, now known as the C1, to an admiring public at the General Motors Motorama in 1953. Chevrolet engineer and race car driver Zora Arcos Duntov is known as the father of the Corvette. He mounted a lean 2-seater fiberglass body on a robust box frame, a concept that has survived to the current generation of Corvettes. The Corvette didn't get its famous V8 engine until 1956. After that marriage, the street cruiser was transformed into a serious sports car. In 1960, a Corvette team entered the Le Mans 24-hour race against the European competition, taking 8th place overall, but first in its class. It was a good showing for the new kid on the block. By the early 60s, the original Corvette was beginning to look past its sell-by date. The design department kicked around various ideas until head designer Bill Mitchell got inspiration for the first Corvette coupe from an actual Stingray. The new Stingray was even sportier, leaner, and meaner. "47-year-old engineer Oliver Triep is a Corvette fan, body and soul. He collects everything connected with this automotive icon. His impressive collection includes Corvettes from 1964 to 1996. But his favorite is the C2, the Stingray model built from 1963 to 67. Whenever he finds some time in his busy schedule, he takes one of his treasures out for a spin. He says he dreamt of Corvettes even as a child. He saw one as a small boy and immediately fell in love with it. Eventually, he began collecting them whenever he could. He admits it's a typical male dream. He explains that in American car collector circles, the C2 is the USA's answer to the Porsche. It handles very well in comparison to its contemporaries, and relative to other vintage classic sports cars, it's still affordable. Oliver Trieb had his blue 65 coupe completely restored and customized to his own specifications in the United States. But Corvette fan though he is, he says the performance of the big block V8 is only just enough. American car fans call a Corvette like Oliver's a sleeper. That means it has lots of power under the hood, but everything else is like the original. Nowadays, a Stingray in good condition can run a good 50,000 euros. The most sought-after models are the big blocks and split-window coupes. The best place to find one, if at all, is in the United States.